Okay, I admit this is an odd thing to be excited about, but I am. And this right here is the Manfrotto One Hybrid Tripod. Let me tell you why. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Desmond, and we are talking all about a brand new tripod that Manfrotto sent over to me. And like I mentioned at the beginning, tripods are an odd thing to be excited about, but as a content creator, as someone who spends a lot of time in my home studio, filming and traveling, tripods are essential. And it's not often that you see really cool innovation and great looking functional tripods in the market. Now, Manfrotto is sponsoring this video, but I gotta say I'm oddly obsessed with tripods. I'm always buying new ones. I've got carbon fiber ones. I've got the original Peak Design travel tripod. I've got these little travel tripods. I've actually got one on its way from Amazon right now for another trip. I love a good tripod. I've even been getting into monopods. Look at this thing, sweet. So when I tell you that I'm really excited about something like this, it's because it does a lot of the things all the other tripods that I've purchased cannot do in a way that sets it apart. So let's get right into first impressions and design. Honestly, man, if RoboCop was a tripod, it would be this. This thing looks so sleek. The design language they've implemented on this is just badass, for lack of a better term. I just really like the way it looks. And again, comparing it to obviously much smaller carbon fiber tripods that are great and functional. The Peak Design one has an interesting look to it, but this thing looks like business. Like you are here for some serious filming. You're on location, you're here to get done. I really like the overall design and just general aesthetics of it. Now, in terms of build quality, I have the aluminum version, which is great. It's a bit heavy, obviously, but it's nothing I can't manage and not heavier than many other professional style tripods that you'd find on location. This thing has a 15 kilogram payload, which is pretty impressive. I'm not gonna hang myself off this thing, but that's plenty for the types of cameras that I have. Initial design elements that stand out to me, I like these square kind of angular legs. It just adds to the overall design aesthetic, that kind of RoboCop vibe that I'm feeling. We have these really high quality latches. This is how you're going to extend the legs. I'll show you that later. And then on top is the Manfrotto 500X fluid head, which is really cool. And it implements their new kind of quick release system. I'll show you that later as well. And then all the levers and buttons and toggles and switches and knobs, everything feels really high quality. They're made of a combination of like metals and a texturized plastic, just so you've got a solid grip on all of the different knobs and buttons that you need to operate this tripod. The payload for this is about 15 kilograms, which is plenty for my existing setup of cameras. Like, this is a ZV-E1 with a cage on. It's a tiny little baby, but I've recently been using the Blackmagic Pixis 6K, and once you start tacking on like big ol' anamorphic lenses like this 33mm one from Blazar, and we're gonna add a LiDAR system on top. We've got all of the different cages and all the things that we wanna get onto a big cinema rig. This larger tripod is going to be fantastic for super stable footage. But you're probably like, Desmond, don't you just do a lot of travel content creation? Yes, I do. But I did spend a week in Italy with the Crater team filming a full feature production. And I've been obsessed with larger camera bodies, anamorphic lenses, ever since then. And the crew was using Manfrotto tripods, I think probably like the big brother of this new hybrid. And I thought those things were amazing with just how quickly they deployed, how stable they were, how functional they were, how easy it was to move just like massive loadouts and huge cinema rigs around. So that's one of the reasons why I'm just so excited to have one of my own. So now let's just talk about function. First of all, this thing has the Manfrotto extend mechanism, which means once you pop this lever up, the legs drop into place. So with the extend mechanism, you can deploy all the legs at once. You can lock them into place super quickly. And with a big tripod like this and like heavy cameras like the Pixis, that is super convenient. We've got multiple bubble levels on the tripod itself just to help with stabilization. With the extend mechanism, it kind of gets rid of the frustration with some traditional tripods where you kind of got all three legs and you got to open up the different legs, level them all out. Because this is such a big tripod and you're probably going to be carrying such a huge loadout, this type of system is just not ideal for that. So being able to extend all the legs and lock everything in place with 3 simple latches, it just makes a big difference when you're on the go, on location, creating travel content, or just maneuvering your bigger setup. And then once you have the legs locked, you have a singular column in the middle that you can extend for easy height. But check this out, a little quick push of a button, and now we have a super easy vertical shooting mode. This is cool. I have another tripod that does this, but this might be the coolest implementation of that. It's so fast. So you press the little button, drops back into place, or again, this is just such a cool and seamless integration of a vertical kind of column. And this is called their Q90 system, but it's so easy and convenient to get this into a 90-degree angle. Awesome. In another tripod review, I mentioned the value of having this like 90-degree mechanism. I shoot a lot of overhead product shots, and being able to just get into a 90-degree position is so cool. Getting overhead shots, getting unique shots, you can pan overhead as well. This is a very quick, easy way to get the tripod into that position that I haven't seen on any other tripod. I'll just quickly call out some give-ins with a tripod like this. Of course, we have a latch. You can extend and lower the tripod so you can get these legs out super wide so you can get lower to the ground shots, which is, again, fantastic. Pretty standard tripod functionality, but the latch is high quality. But now let's talk about the 500X fluid head and this quick detach system. First of all, just take a look. Twist, the whole fluid head comes off and it attaches super easily. I'm just gonna drop it on, it locks into place. That is really cool and useful. Again, locks into place, comes off. The other nice thing is Manfrotto included like an additional base, so I can put this quick release system onto another tripod or another base, and I can quickly maneuver this fluid head between those different systems. It's awesome. And if, of course, you've got the camera on here, you don't have to take everything off. You just move the fluid head and the camera together, lock it into place, and you're basically good to go. This also has a lock that you can set so that you can't just accidentally pop the fluid head off. Now we'll talk about the fluid head. Standard fluid head functionality. We've got a handle that's included. You can remove this handle entirely, up to you. Maybe you want to pack it down and just make it a little bit easier. But of course, super fluid, super smooth and stable panning. A little twist here, tilt. All of these have a counterbalance weight inside, which can be adjusted. Now the 500X fluid head has a different payload capacity than the tripod itself. This is a 5 kilogram payload, which again is still plenty for a big setup, even with the Pixis 6K. Leveling bubble built in, obviously a given when it comes to high quality fluid heads, and then a super easy 90-degree setting. So it's actually just a button. You press and it locks it into 90 degrees. That, all convenience, super fast. This tripod is designed for video and photo. So again, everything that's built into this makes it really, really easy to just film content, get the photos, all in one setup. And then the last thing to cover that came with this whole set, one, it does come with a nice light travel carrying bag. This is not a small tripod, so you're gonna wanna carry it in a bag. This just comes with the package. But Manfrotto also sent their new Pro Light tripod bag. It's much more padded. It has a lot more structure. And again, it just makes carrying the Manfrotto tripod a lot easier. So like I mentioned, if you're on the go, you're filming travel content, or say you're on location, this is really nice. I like how padded it is. high quality YKK zippers, water resistance. You've got multiple handles, one on each side. You've got the main carrying handle here. Internally, we've got straps to hold the tripod in place so it's not shaking around when it's being transported. The material is also much better than the included travel bag. Abrasion resistant, weather, dirt free, all that kind of good stuff you would expect from a more premium option that you can purchase. And then because it has more of a rigid structure, this is easy to stack with all your different gear. So that's my overview of the new Manfrotto Hybrid One. There's only so much you can say about tripods. They hold your cameras. I've said that before. But features that I don't see on any of my other tripods, this sweet Q90 setup right here, really simple and easy. The extend legs, and of course, the XCHANGE system. This is cool. All right, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll leave links in the description below. I will catch y'all in the next one.